Relatable.
Zay told me he sent some shit, so.
Moy,
Yeah.
finish your
What
proposal.
happened, bro?
You did everything you could. You tried to show her your love, the ring.
She was the
your
one.
family knew about it. You've done everything you could. What was the outcome, please?
Okay, so after I proposed, I wouldn't essentially call it a proposal, right?
Because it was technically a promise
it's a
ring.
promise
So
ring,
we're like,
right?
hey,
It's just like
I do want to be with you.
Yeah, like I'm just giving you validation that's what I want to
Yeah,
be
hey,
with. You
this
know,
is
like
where
that's,
I'm
It's a
this
step.
is me.
It's a
This is
step.
our
Yeah.
this is our thing. And so right after that, like whatever, we were like super serious. We were like almost in a honeymoon phase, right?
Ooh.
And I don't want to get too much into it because it'll take a
Okay.
lot of time,
But-
right? But I'll give you guys the outcome. Long story short, we ended up staying together for about 3 to 4 more years after that.
But was she excited the moment you were like, hey,
Oh,
this is my promise
So you guys were
to
engaged
you?
for 4 more
Ecstatic.
Because
years?
that's important. That's important for her to be like,
Ecstatic.
oh, shit.
Ecstatic. I'm talking
This
to the point
guy.
where she went home. She told her mom told
Ooh,
the family.
shit.
The family had, and obviously I had already met the family, and like I've been there.
Because that's your girl.
But this is the crazy part.
Twist. The plot twist.
I'm over here thinking like it's really cool. Me and her are like
done.
in this
We're
honeymoon
cool,
phase,
we're
right?
loving
Her mom ends up asking me, like on a random ass day, maybe like 2 weeks after I get the ring. She's like, hey, but you never asked me for the hand in marriage. And I was like, it's not marriage, you know, it's a promise ring.
You bitch you.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
no.
like she got offended, and I was like,
Oh,
don't ever,
shit.
like I already
Traditional,
know, like
but
I'm
yeah.
a dude.
Because
I'm a
you
super
will ask
respectful
when the
person.
time
Of
comes.
course, of
This was
course.
just like, I want you to
And
know.
she-
It's not the
yeah,
parents yet.
and I-
That's the whole nother level. But
And so this is the thing. I feel like my girl should have set that tone. Like, hey, like
It's
all
it's not
good.
an engagement ring; it's a
Yeah,
promise
it's
ring.
a
Like,
promise. Okay.
but I think my girl at the time was
Hyped it.
hyping the
Hyping
fuck out
the
of it.
shit
Like,
out of
yeah. And so
tough.
it just kind of like after that, it kind of killed it for me because I always felt that there was a hostility every time I'd pull up to the crib.
because in the parents' eyes, you were disrespectful.
Yeah.
Technically, you
Yeah,
as
like I
as
had
a
already
as a Mexican heritage, you gotta ask the
Huge.
mom, the dad, be
That's
like,
huge,
hey,
people.
am I allowed to ask for this next step?
huge.
But you were not even asking for it. You just wanted
Marriage.
to
I
at
was
least
just
remind her,
showing-
like,
yeah, I was just showing my girl that I was, being
She
faithful.
tripping.
And,
The
yeah.
mom was tripping. She bugging.
oh shit.
and she had every right to
bugging.
though. You
I'm
know,
not mad
like,
at it.
Yeah,
Okay, but
it was just a
For
misunderstanding
a promise
between
ring?
the
So
group.
okay.
For a promise ring, but obviously my girl should have said like, "Hey, it's a
hey,
promise
this
ring,
is
it's not an
just
engagement
where
ring."
we're at.
Yeah. And so whatever, there was hostility and there was obviously up and downs through the relationship. And long story short, I'm a very
Direct.
very direct. Yeah, I'm very direct, and I want certain things out of life. I already kind of have a game plan
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
that like if we want to be there, we got to do these steps.
Logical.
Right? I'm very logical, and so
plan. You plan it out.
I'm not demanding, but I
Realistic?
like I'm realistic. Like, hey, you want to take
You wanna
it
be with me?
further?
This is what, it's
This
gonna
is
take.
what I need. Like.
Okay.
And so I kind of told her like, hey, like I think she was barely like. I went to Vista Real, right, for to finish my senior year.
Yeah.
Because I was moving and shit, whatever. And I graduated, whatever, and she went to Vista Real, but she didn't graduate, right? She was like waiting or something. And I told her like, hey, she wasn't working at the time. I was like, hey, I'm working. I got my fucking diploma. I was like, I'm gonna be working. But if you want me to like support you, if you want me to like if we want to go up, I need you to like get your diploma, go to school if you want. If not, go get a cool
some.
job.
Do some.
Get
Do
a solid
some.
job. And like, fuck, we could get out of this place, get our own spot, get married, like do the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And like, I just didn't see any motivation out of it.
Damn.
You know, she
That's
kind of fell
tragic.
short on that end,
That's fucking tragic.
and that's when
That
everything
sucks.
kind of
That sucks, man. Sorry you went through that, bro. That
yeah, it
sucks.
kind of starts going downhill from there, because I expected things, and obviously expectation leads to disappointment sometimes.
100.
And in this case, that's what happened. And so what ended up happening was I ended up breaking up with her, right?
You broke up with her, or she broke up with you?
I broke up with her because
Wow,
I
that's
broke
a
up with
big
her.
he noticed. He knows, like, I'm putting all this work to get us to the next level.
Dude, I was working hard, stressing my fucking
big ups to you.
Yeah, I was stressing the fuck out because I wanted her to grow by herself. My
Yeah.
biggest thing with any girl that I'm gonna be with now, and with her at that time, was I need you to do what's best for you.
Self-reflect.
You know, what I would say is that you're exactly right, but for some people, that's not their time in their life to make that decision, bro. 'Cause
Exactly.
It's like you guys were
Exactly.
21. You shouldn't be doing that at 21.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
motherfucker, what you doing? You an old head, motherfucker.
Exactly.
But, like,
100.
That's you responsible. That's some good
Yeah.
shit, bro.
I hate that version of it because I hear it all the
That's the
time.
bad
Like,
thing.
I've been told I'm a great person. I do this and that, and I give all my energy to the wrong person.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I hate the most.
That's
and
what you gotta
I love that
and,
shit.
And,
You
and in
gotta-
my
you gotta-
mind, I'm
that's your
like,
choice you're
fuck,
giving.
I feel like at the time I'm giving it to the right person, but all my energy, all right, you might be the right guy, but for the wrong person. You might give them the love, the energy, and everything, but they're not the ones that
not
are supposed to
reciprocating.
reciprocate
Yeah.
that type of love. So you were at the point where, like, fuck, I did everything I could. Like, I've told you, I've warned you, I've done everything good,
Yeah.
and that fucking sucks. So
You know what? Like just going on what you said, just to add to the conversation would be like, like straight the fuck up. Life is like chess in any moment. You gotta read the room. You gotta read people. Like how you said she wasn't giving the energy. You're like, hey, baby girl, like I'm trying to do this, I'm doing this, I'm making this, like, and you're not reciprocating. Like, remember that woman homegirl, like reciprocity, right? Like, so it goes back and forth. And so, like, she wasn't matching your energy. And, like, for you to make that decision where you broke up with her, like that, like, first of all, sorry for that experience. But at the same time, I feel like that's going to make you better, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and like, you seem like a really well-rounded dude with a good head on your shoulders, bro. So if you're at 21 giving a female a promise ring and trying to make next steps and talking about, like, we're trying to build what you trying to do, and she didn't
wasn't
match
ready.
up. Yeah, she
She
wasn't
wasn't
ready.
ready.
And that's
And
that.
that's not bad.
That's
That's
not
not
bad,
bad because like you live and you grow, and whether that was your choice, like right now, like you did that at 21 years old, she wasn't the first person for you.
Yeah.
Because if she would have knew, because no one knows at 21 years old, but like
hard.
it's hard to know that, but it's like you were ready to get to that next level, and that person wasn't
You were
there.
ready though.
Yeah,
That's
She
I
dope.
wasn't
ready.
there.
And
You
so
were
the-
ready.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, this is why I was kind of telling you that I had a topic that we could bring up, was that when do you think is the right age for a man
I've had
to be settled?
Settled?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Look at
Because
okay.
because
Well,
it's huge.
High school
I can-
sweethearts,
I can
that
give
shit
you a
happens
number.
all right, we do have a few minutes. I'll say this.
look.
I'm 33. I've had conversations with people with
That's
35,
That's deep.
40. They're like, hey, at 40, they're like, you're still too young.
100.
Because of the fact that, look, we're here
That's crazy.
to live till 75, 80. So you're halfway there. You still have time to think about how much time you want to spend with somebody for those 40 more years.
Yeah.
So there is no perfect time. Some
There is
people
no
have their
perfect time.
sweethearts,
Dude,
high school, whatever the case
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not mad at it.
Yeah.
But some of us do take the time to recognize, and it's like, I'm not there yet.
Like I hear your story and I'm like, dude, I'm 34 and I'm like, I'm getting excited for your story.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah, he found his girl.
Yeah.
Like he actually got on his fucking, he got a ring.
You
like,
did it right, G.
everything
You did
you
it
could.
right, G.
I as a male get excited for that moment, but the fact that the person that you, not that you chose, but everybody chooses, it's like, it takes a man to get to that moment. And you got there, and you're like, I gave her a ring. She's fucking forever, and she didn't perform at the level that you wanted. It's kind of like fuck. It's like a deflating moment of like,
It hurts. It hurts.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this. How did it end? Was it like mutual or how did you end it? Because that's big. I'm pretty sure they want to hear that.
They want to be like, oh shit,
Okay,
what
so,
happened with this cute ass surfer dude?
So long story short,
You still talk to her? Like, tell us, give us a little like. What,
he does. He still smashes. That's
a
girl.
sneaky leak.
That's girl number
Sneaky
one.
leak. That's a sneaky leak.
No, seriously though,
the sneaky leak was always the ex the whole time. Shit, imagine. Shit.
Go ahead.
So after all that, after we broke up or whatever, we obviously tried to like rekindle the flame and shit, try to get back together, and we obviously like still weren't compatible.
It wasn't connecting.
We weren't
as-
connecting.
she wasn't
As
matching
it
because
should.
it seemed like it was all she needed to do was match.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed. Unless I'm reading the room
Young.
wrong, but like
Youth.
she just.
But
so yeah.
like you guys said,
Youth.
she was. Yeah, we were too young. I had probably been through a lot in my life at that time. Like I had been through so many relationships long term, and I was like I grew up in a very not super strict household, but I saw a lot of like expectations for a Mexican family. Like you got to get married by this and this, have kids by this time, all this shit, right?
Yeah.
And so you always kind of have that on your shoulders. And so one of the things for men is like we really don't have a rush, right? We don't have this like
We have time.
You got to get
We
married.
have
You got to
time.
have kids. The thing is, women have
There's a clock. There's a
unfortunately,
clock.
a biological time.
No, but like
clock.
society puts on them though. I feel like they gotta have.
No,
like,
but it's also biological
Biological.
because
For
certain
women.
there's
For
going to be a
women.
certain
Both.
time
for
Yeah.
women. But
a little bit of both.
men,
A little
you
bit
could
of both.
Produce that fucking 50, 60.
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, we
yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
they do have a clock. We don't.
We don't have
And
that
that's-
rush.
And that's
We
when
talk like 40s
you could
though.
tell shit collides,
Yeah.
because it's like
100.
women are supposed to mature faster than men.
They do.
Most do.
Right?
Which they do at a young age, but
Even
then
at
they
a young
get
age.
slower.
But even like physically and maturely
mid-range.
though,
In their
like,
20s.
like, mentally, physically they do, and then mentally of course too though. Like
And so another thing too is like you also have to take into account like their upbringing, like their household, how they were raised.
Yeah.
Traditional,
There's so
not
many
traditional.
variables into
Yeah.
a person's build, like into a
100.
character.
Yeah.
And you can tell, man. That's why I always tell you, like, for me, I feel like a man isn't a solid dude until maybe like I want to say at 24, I realized I could be like, I knew who I was as a guy. I wasn't insecure about certain things or anything. Like I kind of already knew what I want and how to do it. And I feel like when at 21, I was like, fuck, dog. Like, yeah, I could have been mature, but I was mature, but I wasn't as mature as I am now.
Yeah, no.
dope.
The mind
Yeah.
stops developing at
mindset.
25. So give or
the
take, you're
mindset.
like, hey,
Yeah.
that's where I'm
Here's
at.
what I'm gonna say, bro. Like, just based off what you just said, bro. So you're like 24. Like, you've already grown, and you got so much more to grow.
You're mature
Just
as
live.
adult.
That's people
That's
like,
crazy.
no, you're doing it, G.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Zay told me
tell us about your heartbreak. Put it down in the comments.
Broke my heart.
Like,
Cinnamon
subscribe.
apple.
We'll be right back. Artificially genuine.
Cue the heartbreak.
Talk about views and cut like us, we stuck in the trap. Steak ain't rare, so we sending it back. All of my brothers are rare, can't cap. The money was quick, now we sending a few. I'm down by the 100, we starting to shoot. I hit 21, just watch how we move. PR in my blood, no, I ain't no thug. Now we in the club, we threw a dub, now we on the move. He ain't no plug, no, he just a fool. He sent a shot, now we send a few.